Lions and tigers have evolved over millennia to develop a sophisticated repertoire of vocalizations and body language that allow them to communicate effectively within their own species. Their communication systems are not merely about conveying information but are also vital tools for survival. Whether that means establishing territory, signaling aggression, coordinating a hunt, or strengthening social bonds, when considering interspecies communication, specifically between lions and tigers, the situation becomes even more intriguing. Although these two big cats have evolved along distinct evolutionary pathways, their basic modes of communication share some common elements. Yet the nuances reveal much about their different lifestyles and the unique demands of their respective environments. In the wild, lions are celebrated for their powerful roars, which serve a variety of purposes. A lion's roar is a commanding auditory signal that can travel over great distances, functioning as both a territorial marker and a unifying call for the pride. This vocalization is rich in tonal complexity, where variations in pitch, duration, and intensity communicate specific messages. For example, a prolonged, deep roar might be used to assert dominance over a rival pride or to warn off intruders, while a series of softer roars can indicate social bonding or a call for the pride to gather. The social structure of lions, which emphasizes group living and coordinated action, is inherently tied to these vocal signals, making them essential not only for survival but also for the maintenance of social cohesion. Tigers, in contrast, are typically solitary hunters who rely on stealth and precision rather than group coordination. Their vocalizations, while also potent, are generally less about broadcasting a collective identity and more about asserting individual territorial claims or facilitating solitary encounters with potential mates. The structure of a tiger's roar and growl tends to be more subdued, with subtle inflections that hint at its mood and intent. In a sense, the tiger's call is a reflection of its solitary nature. It is designed to communicate with potential rivals and mates without revealing its location too readily, thus preserving the element of surprise that is so critical for a stealthy ambush predator. When lions and tigers come into contact, often in the artificial settings of zoos, sanctuaries, or controlled reserves, their interactions provide a fascinating glimpse into interspecies communication. Although the two species do not speak a common language in the human sense, they do appear to be capable of interpreting each other's vocal signals and body language to a certain extent. For instance, a lion might react to a tiger's low, rumbling growl by adopting a defensive posture or by emitting its own series of assertive roars, signaling that it is not to be trifled with. Conversely, a tiger may perceive the booming, resonant call of a lion as an encroachment on its personal space, triggering a response that could range from cautious observation to overt aggression. Body language, as with vocalizations, is a critical component of communication for both species. Lions, with their imposing manes and robust build, utilize a range of physical cues, from the positioning of their ears to the way they carry their heads and tails, to express their emotional state and intentions. A relaxed lion may lie languidly with its ears pointed softly forward, signaling calm and contentment, while an agitated lion might bristle its mane, fix its gaze, and adopt an intimidating stance to ward off potential threats. Tigers, although lacking the dramatic mane of their lion counterparts, are equally expressive. Their communication is conveyed through the arch of their backs, the flick of their tails, and the intensity of their eyes. In close encounters, subtle shifts in posture can indicate whether a tiger is feeling defensive, curious, or aggressive. Observations of captive lions and tigers interacting have provided valuable insights into their interspecies dynamics. In many instances, caretakers have noted that when these animals are housed in adjacent enclosures, they will respond to each other's calls and gestures. While these interactions rarely result in friendly exchanges, they do suggest that both species are attuned to the basic signals that govern animal behavior. This recognition, however, is largely instinctual. It does not imply that lions and tigers have a shared language, but rather that they have evolved mechanisms to interpret a limited set of cues that are common among large predators. Moreover, the differences in the natural communication systems of lions and tigers reflect their contrasting ecological roles. Lions have evolved to thrive in environments where cooperative behavior is paramount. Their social living requires constant communication to coordinate hunting efforts, defend against rivals, and care for the young. In this context, the loud, resonant roar of a lion is more than just noise. It is a carefully honed tool for managing complex social interactions and maintaining the delicate balance of pride dynamics. Tigers, by contrast, have adapted to life as solitary hunters in dense forests and jungles where silence is often the key to a successful hunt. Their vocalizations are, therefore, less about social integration and more about caution and personal security, ensuring that they do not inadvertently reveal their position to both prey and competitors. This divergence in communication strategies becomes especially pronounced when lions and tigers are forced into the same environment, whether in captivity or in hypothetical scenarios where their ranges overlap. In such instances, the animals must navigate not only the challenges of sharing physical space but also the subtleties of interspecies signals. The exchange of roars, growls, and physical postures in these situations is a delicate dance of mutual recognition and caution, where each animal must balance its instinct to assert dominance with the need to avoid unnecessary conflict. This interplay of signals highlights an underlying principle in animal behavior, despite their differences. Many species share a common evolutionary foundation that allows them to understand basic messages of threat, submission, and social intent. Scientific studies of animal behavior suggest that while lions and tigers may never achieve a fully integrated mode of communication, the overlap in their signaling methods is a testament to the evolutionary pressures that shape the survival strategies of apex predators. In both species, communication is a matter of life and death. It is the mechanism by which they establish their dominance, secure their territories, and navigate the perilous landscape of the wild. Even though their messages may not be identical, the fundamental principles of expressing intent, emotion, and urgency are universal. This shared basis in animal communication not only facilitates a limited form of interspecies interaction but also underscores the broader idea that the natural world is interconnected through a web of instinctual signals that transcend individual species boundaries. Ultimately, while lions and tigers may not be capable of engaging in a sophisticated, structured dialogue, their ability to read and respond to each other's roars and body language reveals a profound, underlying language of survival. In the grand tapestry of nature, where every creature must communicate to thrive, the interactions between these two majestic animals serve as a reminder of the remarkable adaptability and resilience inherent in the animal kingdom. Whether through the resounding echo of a lion's roar or the subtle shift of a tiger's posture, these signals are the silent conversations that keep the delicate balance of the wild in motion.